What's up, group? How y'all doing today? It is a regular day for Boss Lady. I'm out here working, picking up a load. So I wanted to, there's a post in the group about owner financing, and I don't have anything to do with that. This is all on, this is Charles Means. This is his post. I'm not associated with what he has going on, but I do know a lot about owner financing. A lot, quite a bit. I've done it several times, so therefore I see a lot of inquiries on it, and I do have knowledge and information. So although this is a trucking group, I'm willing to share with you guys because I see a lot of people are interested. So I thought, let me do a quick video, even though my hair is not combed. I'm trucking right now. But let me do a quick video to help some of you guys out that may be interested in this owner financing. What I can tell you is from my personal experience with having bad credit, being able to, it is a way to be able to be a homeowner. It's kind of like some of the programs that we have with becoming a owner operator or a lease operator. But I'm going to explain the difference. As some of you guys might be confusing lease purchase with owner financing. They're two different things. And I will explain how they are different and how you can benefit from owner financing. So that's what we're going to talk about. So the first thing is, it doesn't matter if you have good credit or bad credit. You can owner finance a house. It usually does not, you do not need good credit to qualify by owner financing, because the owner of the house, this is where research and experience has to come in. You just can't go off of what somebody tells you. You need to look and do your own research. Who owns the house? Whose name is actually on the deed of that property? This is public knowledge. This is public information. So make sure that you are not getting scammed. You need to research if the person that's trying to sell you the house, you need to know if they are the actual owner of the house, if they have the right to sell the house. And therefore, with that being said, you also need to check if they still owe money, if they still owe a loan on that house, or if that house is fully paid. So let me explain a little more about what owner financing is. Say a couple bought a house about 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Now their house is fully paid for. Now they want to put it on the market. Say the market value is $154,000. Say they paid $60,000 for it some 30 years ago. But now they own this house straight out, have the full deed, have no payments on it. Thank you, Douglas. They don't have any payments on it, and they want to sell the house for $180,000. Now they know that the average buyer who has good credit is not going to pay over the amount what they need. But say they need $180,000 for their retirement. That's what they want to make off of the house. They know the house will be worth $180,000 in say 3 years. But they need that $180,000 right now. They don't want $154,000. So they're going to offer owner financing. They're going to offer to sell a person with bad credit the house, and they may ask for a down payment. So I see what Charles Means is saying. Some of these, they want 10% of what the house is worth because they want to know that you're a serious buyer. And then if you do default on your loan, which they are then acting as the bank, they own the house. So they want you to pay the payments to them. They are acting as the bank. Maybe they want the $15,000 down. They can go do something, but it covers them in case you default on your loan because they are acting as the bank. So what you want to make sure, like I said, that they own the house, because you have to get a lawyer. There's lawyers that handle this every day. You want to get a lawyer as well as they want to get a lawyer, and you want to make sure that the contract says that you are purchasing the house from them. Usually the payments and the interest rate, all of that will be broken down in the contract and how long the term is. Now, if you want full financing, you want to look for an owner financing that is offering you a 20-year loan, meaning these people just want the income, they want the monthly payments, that's part of their retirement plan, that's how they make money. So maybe they will finance you for the whole entire term of the loan. Maybe they will finance you for 20 years. That's fine. At 8, let's say 8% interest rate. You may want that. You may take that because your credit is bad and you may want to own a home. You want to make sure that your name is being recorded on the deed. If your name's not being recorded on the deed, this is not owner financing and that is not your house. You have to be recorded on the deed. So you want to make sure that that's also being done in this transaction. Like I said, you're going to need an attorney for this. Make sure everything is to your benefit so that you aren't getting scammed. With that being said, once that transaction takes place, once you do the owner financing, you have authority to sell that house. You could sell that house a month later. You could sell that house a month later for $200,000. You then pay off the original owner, which is the bank. You then pay them off the $180,000 they were looking for. Now you profit the $20,000. That's your profit. You can now take that $20,000 and go purchase you another property. It's a hustle game. It's a hustle game. You bought property with bad credit and no money, and you made a profit. See, a lot of people don't know this, but I've researched this since young, and I put it into practice. And I've bought 4 houses off of owner financing alone. Sold houses after I purchased them, and made a profit off of these houses. So this is why I have so much knowledge and information on the topic and on the subject. You do not need credit to really do anything in this world. If you have money, money trumps everything. Bullshit talks, but money talks and bullshit walks. So really it's all about money and what you're capable of doing. And most of you guys are truck drivers. Most of you make 6 figures. That is the most important thing, because you're making a 6-figure income. There's no one that's not going to sell you a $300,000 house on owner financing, because they know you can afford the $2,500 a month mortgage, right? You can afford that if you're making 6 figures. So they're willing to work with you with your bad credit, but they want you to put up, if you're making that kind of money, they want you to put $10,000, $15,000 down. I admit I bought these houses several years ago, 2006. I only put $5,000 at closing. With inflation, things have changed. A lot more people want more money down. But you have to do your research. No, none of us is into losing $5,000, $20,000. Like I said, check for these things to make sure that this is the owner. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I had brand new house, brand new construction. Why? Because I went to the developer. When you see a brand new community being built, I'm talking about brand new construction, brand new subdivision, find out who the contractors are, find out who the developer is. Because more than likely, if they haven't sold, especially high-end houses, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 homes, if they haven't sold those homes, no developer wants a subdivision or community of high-end houses sitting on the market empty. They will go broke. That's not how they're going to make their money. So if you are a good negotiator, if you decide to call the developer, find out who they are, maybe they have a sales office, maybe they already have a model home set up and a sales office, you go in there, you're going to have to speak to somebody above their head, and you have to let them know, look, I'm not capable of getting traditional finance. You have to have the gift of gab. I'm not capable of getting traditional finance. I had some things. Credit is bad. I'm not willing to fix it because it's too much paperwork. But I make 6 figures. This is what I make. Show documentation. This is what I make. I have the money. I would love to purchase a home if we could work out some owner financing. This is their subdivision. The guy who sold me my first house, a $399,000 home, 3-car garage, three-car heated garage, sprinkler system on a timer, pops up out of my grass, brand new, full equipped basement, office, fireplace, 5-bedroom window seating, off the fucking chain. The guy who sold me my house was the developer of the whole entire subdivision. So when I went to him with this offer, look, if you sell me this home, I can pay for the closing costs. I will be able to afford this $2,500 a month mortgage. These are brand new homes. This is what I want. Can you help me? And he said, yes. He said, and if you have any more truck driving friends that make money like you, tell them to give me a call, because he had all these brand new houses, some that hadn't even been built yet, that he wanted to sell, that he wanted to get off the market. And it was a very smart move on his part, and it benefited me and it benefited him, because now he didn't have empty houses just sitting there on the market. Now these homes were sold, names recorded on the deed. I then in turn stayed in that house. Actually, at the time, I wasn't even a owner-operator, Jason. At the time, I was a company driver. But my husband also, at the time, was a truck driver. So we were two company drivers, pulling in about $1,000, $1,200 a week, both of us. And he was willing to sell us that house on owner financing. Our mortgage was $2,500 a month. Brand new house, just finished getting built. We watched our driveway get put in. We watched our grass go down, everything. Like, gorgeous, off the chain. So with that being said, like I said, you do have to have enough income, right? Because you got to make enough money to afford a $300,000 house. You're talking about $2,500 a month at least mortgage. So you need to make enough income. But think about it. Not too many people can afford high-end houses. So these houses will sit on the market a little bit longer than other houses. They want these houses sold. You can get into a nice, expensive house a lot quicker with no credit, believe it or not, than you can a $100,000 house. It's just that simple, because they want these houses to be, they need somebody in there. They want to make money the best they can. Now listen to this. I didn't finish about the owner financing. So owner financing works like this. As you pay your mortgage to the homeowner, the actual person that becomes the bank, as you pay your mortgage to them, you pay by check or whatever, bank statements. You have to keep current bank statements for a year. Once you do that, you can now go to any bank and they will refinance you. You have equity put into that house. After a year of you paying on time and owning that house through owner financing, that is your house. Whatever equity that house accumulates, that is your equity. It is not the original owner's equity. So therefore, you have equity. Any bank will refinance that house for you. I'm no loan expert, but I can tell you, getting refinanced for that house is a whole lot easier than you getting a traditional loan to begin with bad credit. But once you have ownership and you have bad credit, you still have ownership. What the banks care about is that equity that you have into the house. Remember, so you could keep that house for 5 years, 3 years off of owner financing and paying the owner, but the equity is building up, and now you can go and refinance that house and get a traditional loan, and you will have a traditional loan at an even lower interest rate, and you don't have to deal with that owner anymore. You'll be dealing with a bank. So, or you could sell the home. You could flip it. You could flip it and make some money. It's all up to you. You can rent the home. You are able to do whatever. It's your home. Now, lease purchase is something totally different, but it kind of works. It's just like leasing a damn truck. It kind of works. If you lease purchase a home, that's when you have to be careful about getting scammed. That's when you have to be careful about getting scammed, because most lease purchases are scam. Most lease purchases require you to get a traditional financing within a year or 3 years. Now, you know you can't fix your credit up in a year or 3 years. Your name's not on the deed in a lease purchase. That's still that person's house. And most of these people that do lease purchase to you, they don't own those homes right out. They still owe the bank. A lot of them are being foreclosed on. So you don't want to get scammed like that, going through a lease purchase and they're getting ready to get foreclosed on, but they're using you to get money, and then they let the house get foreclosed, and now you're getting ripped off. That's why it's good to do owner financing with somebody who does own the house right out, so that it doesn't get foreclosed on right under your feet and you don't get scammed out your money. Yay, I'm loaded. I'm gonna go get my paperwork so I can roll. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys, I don't know if that helps. Some lease purchases do work the same way. It gives you time to fix your credit up, and then you can go get traditional financing. Plus, you know what's wrong with the house before you buy it. So it's like test driving something before you buy it. So you'll know, you know what, I've been living in this house 3 years. This house has hella problems. It has termites, it has mold. I don't want that drama. So you know what, I'm gonna opt out of buying this house and move on to the next deal. So that is the advantages. People don't understand what the advantages are. Some of you guys bought houses, right, with traditional loans, and you got hella problems that you wish that you didn't have. You can get the house inspected on your own. You pay for your own inspector. That's important. Make sure you do that if you're not getting brand new construction. Even if you're getting brand new construction, always get an inspector, get the home inspected. But it's just a topic I do know about. So good luck, guys. Research owner finance homes. There is negatives and there's plus, but you really have to know what you're doing, and you have to have that gift of gab. All right, I hope that information helps you guys. Let me go get this paperwork so I can roll, because I got to get my money. Peace. Talk to y'all later.